Well, Point Loma High School was my first teaching assignment. I went there in the fall of 1963. I was there till 1967, 4 years.
We were just young children, really. I mean, in essence, we were very naive and very inexperienced in life, and he was the father. He was the teacher. He was the old man, and it was very amazing to me many years later when we met 43 years later to find out that he was only just a few years older than us.
I just finished a master's degree, and I came, and I was new, and I was idealistic, and I thought we could do anything, and we just about did. And I just assumed that every high school had students like these, and I don't think that's true. This was a special group of students. Well, and if you check, there's not always the same number of beats in every measure. This version.
Oh my God.
So you have to, and that's what's confusing us a little bit, because we expect to have 1, 2, 3, and then all of a sudden it's like marching, and you have to go. You have to adjust.
I became a kindergarten teacher. I taught kindergarten for 36 years. Many of the lessons that I learned from Lou, I carried with me into that job. So although they were young children, I learned to treat them with compassion, to set the high standards for them, to give them a lot of knowledge, but also to give them a lot of love and support. And those were things that he gave to me when I was an adolescent, but those are things that children who are little need also.
Well, I suppose I did demand a high level of excellence. That these were students who were capable, and I stretched them.
He imparted us a passion for the art of music and the spirit of music, and a passion for excellence in everything that we do.
And I think good students appreciate being stretched. At least my experience has shown that. Part of being human is we like to be stretched almost to the limit of our ability, and maybe even a little beyond. We really don't like to just be mediocre. We feel a lot better when somebody is helping us to be our best selves. Yes. It starts with a what sound?
Ooh. That's what I'm doing.
Yes.
Right.
And it's a wonderful word to sing. It sort of says its own meaning. Okay.
And he brought us music to explore and participate in that we had never maybe participated in before, and it was maybe some would say over our heads, or something that was really not done in high school. And because we didn't know any better, we just embraced it and did it, and because he was so encouraging, and we were somewhat successful with our attempts, we were exposed to just glorious things. Uncle Louis brought us classical music, he brought us opera, he brought us even speaking chorus, he brought us some beautiful religious music, very classical music that's been around for a long, long time, Gregorian chants.
This was a group that sang a Gregorian chant. One of them later said that he went to a college. On the first day of a class, Prof said, "I bet none of you have heard of Gregorian chant," and he said, "Oh yes, I can sing one. Here's the way it sounds. Victime Pascali laudes."
All the way through very modern things. and humorous music. You know, the speaking chorus, geographical fugue.
Ready, go.
Fun things. The Swingle Singer.
Here's your big chance now.
There's just so many things. And that was eye-opening. It was, I think, life-changing.
When to my heart the anguish keeps returning. Did we just hear the basses on When to My Heart? Yeah. Ready, come on, basses. You gotta do all those notes exactly right. Ready, go.
When to my heart the anguish keeps returning.
When I put you on the spot, then you do it right. Right, solo.
The legislation, No Child Left Behind, states that music is core curriculum. The arts are core curriculum. However, the reality is that the arts and music are not tested. So the things that are tested, you know, English, literature, reading skills, math skills, even science and social science like history, those are tested, and those scores show up in the newspaper. So X middle school has this score in reading and this score in math and this score in science. You don't see those scores for music teachers or for drama teachers or for visual art teachers. And so anything that isn't tested, it doesn't get the same support.
Well, because of this remarkable reunion, I have had to ask myself, what is it that brings students back to celebrate a single class after 42 years? And it's caused me to reflect on what it is about education that's really the most important. There's lots of kinds of learning. We can learn that Mozart lived from 1856 to 1891. It's even better to know that he wrote 41 symphonies and some operas. It's even better to be able to recognize some of those. But that's not what brings us back 42 years later. That kind of learning can be tested by multiple choice. What cannot be tested by multiple choice, what can't be reduced to a number, is what happens when a 16-year-old soprano rubs shoulders with Mozart over all those miles and years and becomes Mozart's Susanna, or Marcellina, or Fiordalici, or Despina, or Bernstein's Maria. I don't think you come back 42 years later because you memorize Brahms' dates. No. I think you come back because a single Brahms folk arrangement, I'm Going Away, got stuck in your heart when you were a teenager. And it seems to me that in American education, we need to recognize that the most significant, the thing that brings us back, the thing that makes a difference, is what can't be reduced to a number. It can't be used in a pie chart. It can't be used in by the bureaucrats. But it's something that should be not on the fringes. It should be right in the center of the curriculum, seems to me, if that's what will bring students back.